The Ohio Republican Party has voted to restrict recreational marijuana. This is after claiming that the voters that they had to, right? That they had to change these laws because the voters were too dumb to realize what they had voted for. I kid you not. So, look, back in 2023, voters overwhelmingly voted to legalize recreational cannabis, following a lot of states, for example, Michigan, Colorado. Since then, of course, Republicans have been chipping away at it. Okay. They've been trying to get rid of it, and now they're chipping away. Republicans in the Senate recently passed Senate Bill 56, which would decrease the THC content allowed in products, as well as to limit home growing from 12 plants to 6. And that vote, of course, was along party lines, with all 9 Democrats voting no. There's other pieces in that bill. We'll go over that as well. Now, THC, the psychoactive cannabinoid, would be capped at 100 milligrams per package. It also primarily reduces the allowable THC levels in adult use extracts from a max of 90 to 70%. So, wait, I thought Republicans, they were supposed to believe in freedom and supposed to be fighting against big pharma, you know? I mean, don't they all now agree with Make America Healthy Again and get away from that big pharma? No, it turns out no. No, not at all. Okay. One resident, Tasha Roundtree, who discovered that cannabis had helped her with her PCOS, as well as easing her anxiety, which she didn't have to go to big pharma for. She's not happy with Republicans. All right. She says, "We feel lied to, we feel bamboozled, we feel infiltrated in our community." On the other side, of course, you had State Senator Christina Rugner, who believes that these changes, they're just common sense for the public safety. Gotta protect the children. Now, note that nobody has ever died from smoking too much marijuana, okay? And look, it's already illegal to drive while high, and so you don't really have to pass laws on that. So what exactly is this for? What is this for? Protect children. Protect the children. In fact, she said, quote, "We want to make sure that it's done responsibly, respectfully, and protects the children in Ohio." The lawmaker noted that the bill has a series of advertising restrictions so that it doesn't, target the youth. Quote, "The packaging of products cannot use any cartoon or character that would appeal to children. Advertisers are not allowed to promote within 500 feet of a slew of places like schools, churches, and public libraries. They are not allowed to claim that marijuana has any positive health or therapeutic effects." Whoa, hold on there. Whoa, okay, sure. No cartoon camels on the package. Whatever, that's fine. That's the least objectionable thing on this, right? Okay, fair. But then you go to, well, they also cannot claim that there's any positive health or therapeutic effects. What? What are you talking about? What? There are plenty of positive effects. No, nobody's saying, hey, we should give blunts to children, right? But the thing is, CBD oil has been shown in clinical trials to reduce the seizures in many treatment-resistant forms of pediatric epilepsy. So, I mean, there's a positive effect right there. But here's Republicans in Ohio saying, nope, no benefit whatsoever. Can't, nope, nothing. Very dangerous. That's what it is. And we got to protect the children from this danger. What? Ridiculous. Now, their bill would also crack down even more on public smoking, by the way. Now, the problem there, of course, is that the law is relatively unclear, according to legal experts and politicians. Part of the anti-smoking law states that the act is banned from public indoor spaces, with some exemptions. Some outdoor patios, individual rooms in nursing homes or hotels and motels that are designated rooms for smoking, which addressed a very niche aspect of private residence prohibition, meaning that if a residence is a childcare home or a location where the lease agreement states that no one can smoke, a user could get a misdemeanor. Okay, so now the bill, and this is a big thing, right? Would also change the tax structure. Instead of a portion of the funds going to a social equity fund. Yeah, we already know why they're coming after this one, right? Partly, anyway. That social equity fund would help marginalized communities get dispensary licenses. That money would be held until lawmakers decide where it should go. So, number one, it's DEI. Got to fight against that. And then, and then, even better for them, it's, well, now we get to hold on to all this money and decide where it goes. Maybe we want to give our donors tax cuts. Maybe we just want to give ourselves a raise. Yeah, we could do that. Now, that said, I'm pretty sure the voters did not vote for these changes. Okay. No, they voted to legalize recreational cannabis. They didn't vote for this. For the Republicans to come in and start changing things. But don't worry, though. Apparently, according to the sponsor of this bill, Steve Huffman, these voters, they didn't know what they were voting for. So we're just fixing it for them. Oh, okay. Now, Huffman says, I'm not sure why people voted for the initiative. It could have been the home grow, public smoking, increase in dispensaries. It could have been anything. We'll never know. Then why are you sitting there making changes to it if you don't know? Now, Morgan Trow of News 5 Cleveland, she did sit down with some of these Republicans and asked them, what do you mean? What do you mean the voters didn't know what was in it? What? So this is a question to Senate President Rob McCauley. Quote, you and other lawmakers have said voters don't know that they were choosing marijuana. But they knew that they were choosing marijuana, but they didn't know exactly what they were voting. Why do you think that? Now, he answered, well, I wouldn't say they didn't know what they're voting on, which is a bit of a contradiction, okay, because that's exactly what they were saying for years before, okay? I think that what the comment that was made today was that everybody may have had a different reason for getting to yes. And just like with any other large piece of legislation, that is voluminous in dealing with a variety of changes. Okay. He also said that voters chose to vote on it as an initiated statute instead of a constitutional amendment, and they should have known. They should have known the risk that people like him would get involved and start changing things. Huh. Yeah. Here's the thing. Maybe it's because it's kind of difficult to get things on the ballot as a constitutional amendment in Ohio. It's much easier to get it to an initiated statute. Okay. And maybe these voters thought, we're voting for this. So, hey, we're expecting you not to mess with it. But apparently, no, they are messing with it. Now, here's the thing, as I mentioned, right? Initiated statute has an easier process of making it to the ballot, but they can be changed. Amendments cannot be changed by lawmakers. Now, again, it's one of those things where, well, we didn't think that they're gonna come in and mess with it. Defying the will of the voters. We didn't think that was gonna happen. Well, I mean, what can you say? What can you say to that? Now, when pressed by another reporter, McCauley frustratedly answered that there was a variety of reasons that people voted for the bill, and that some people voted for one thing and possibly not another. But you don't know. No, this is what's going on, okay? These people are trying to justify ignoring the will of the people, ignoring the will of the voters. If the voters wanted to rein this in, they could put up another citizens initiative, right? But they haven't. But Republicans, for whatever reason, were like, well, we're going to come in and we're going to start making changes. You know why? Because they despise people-powered votes. Okay? They despise them. And of course, I'm pretty sure we all know why. it shows that the Republican Party is so out of step with the desires of their own voters that, they can't just allow something that contradicts them, because they think so little of their voters. All right. No, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're voting for. We know better than you. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe with the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.